What's up, guys? This is Brian J's Nerd Talk, and I finally finished reading Brandon Sanderson's book called Elantris, which came out over 20 years ago, back in April of 2005. And this is a great debut novel. I think I have almost read every single Cosmere book by Brandon Sanderson. I have one more to go, which is Warbreaker. And this book, Elantris, is so great. The beginning of it kind of dragged for me, part one of the book. I felt like some chapters were just too long, and I do think Sanderson kind of balances out the explaining and showing, like telling and showing in this book. But I felt like he was telling a little bit too much at times, and I really loved the prose. I thought the prose was really really great in this book, but I felt like the beginning of the book really did drag for me, and things didn't pick up until part two and part three. That's when the book really started to pick up, and I'm really glad I pushed through and kept reading the book and stayed with it because it got better with each part and each chapter in those parts, and it ended in such an incredible way. The last like 9-10 chapters of this book were so epic. This is the first book, and this is the beginning of what is known now as the Sanderlanche, where all the plots and all the stories and all the characters start coming together in towards the end of the book, and it leads to this incredible action-packed conclusion. It felt like I was reading a movie. It felt like I was reading something cinematic. It was so great. There were so many awesome epic moments towards the end that had me like pumping my fists and like cheering, and it was just so happy, so uplifting, and it was great. Everything worked out for the characters. It was such a great uplifting ending that was very somber but also very like joyful type of ending. It was great, and also he put so much story into one book. It was great. But I know he's writing sequels, and I hope we get to see these characters again, especially Riordan and his wife Serene. I hope we get to see these characters again. But I know we're going to be seeing Serene's uncle Kai and his kids in the sequel. At least that's what Sanderson said in some Q&A that he wants to focus on. But we'll see what happens. But I'm now looking forward to the sequels, which are not going to be coming out anytime soon, at least not in this decade. They'll probably come out in the 2030s. But this is a great book. I highly recommend it. I would give it, 4.5 stars or 5 stars on Goodreads. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Really, really great book. It drags in the beginning. If you can get through the beginning, you will love this book because it's really, really great. Definitely one of the best fantasy books that I've read, and one of the best debut novels ever from any fantasy writer. So this is really great. I see why it started Brandon's career. And this is Brian J's Nerd Talk. These are my thoughts on Elantris, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.